Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back to my channel. This is the Daily Tarotscope for Monday, November 4th, 2019. And today we're mixing it up. We're going to use the Barbieri Zodiac Oracle Deck. So let's see what we get. Alright, so for today we get Uranus and Aries in reverse. And so this is a time with this Aries reverse not to try to force anything. Aries is about taking the initiative, taking the leap. It is also our self-identity. And as you know, Chiron is in Aries in retrograde at the moment. And so this is a old wound dealing with our self-identity. This is the breakdown of our self-identity. And so what you identify with as yourself and for yourself is changing. And this is changing to serve the highest, greatest good. So this is not a time to project something that does not serve you onto yourself and make it you, make it a part of yourself. And so this is also not a time to force anything. As you know, we are in Mercury retrograde. This is a review period, and this is not a time to sit back and do nothing. This is in Scorpio, and we are leading up to 2020, a huge year. And so this is a time to make changes, make decisions, but it's not a time to force anything. It's a time to allow yourself to flow with the change, to go with the change and go along with what serves you. It's not a time to try to force anything into motion. And especially with this Mars and Libra. With Mars and Libra, Mars is in detriment. And Mars is trying to make a decision, trying to go into a direction, trying to focus on something. And Mars is our force and our drive. And so there is this sort of suppression on forcing and making things happen. It is being slowed down, especially with Uranus retrograde, Mercury retrograde, these two planets that deal with intelligence are in reverse right now. And so there are things that are happening unexpected. Things aren't going the way that you planned them to go. And so this is not a time to try to force anything. It's a time to really trust in your guidance and to really flow with the change. However, it's also not a time to stay stagnant and do nothing. It is a time to make a solid decision and stick with it. Now with Uranus here, this is a great card because Uranus is retrograde in its fall position in Taurus. And so this is about changing our values, changing our beliefs, changing the things, the traditions, the things that we have stuck to, the things that no longer serve us, that we are reluctant to move out of. Taurus is very stubborn. And so these are the things that we are sticking to, the things that we think hold value in our lives, the things that are traditional that no longer serve us. Uranus is in there in retrograde, making unexpected things happening, making surprises come up, trying to help us grow, trying to help us evolve, trying to help us move out of that space of what is old, what is traditional, and no longer serves us. And so with Uranus here, this is very appropriate for this Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. This is time to make changes. This is time to reinvent yourself. This is time to innovate, time to move into a space that better serves you. If you are not changing, you are not growing, you are not evolving, you are staying stagnant. And this is not a time to stay stagnant. This is a time we're leading up to 2020, and so the question is, what is your life going to look like going into 2020? Because 2020 is a number 22 year in astrology, master number 22, the master builder, And also, if we break that down, it's number 4 in numerology, which is dealing with the home, dealing with stability, dealing with what is safe. And this makes perfect sense going back to this Cancer North Node, which is our destiny point, moving us towards what is home. And home is not about a building. It's not about where you grew up at. It is where the heart goes. And so the question is, where is your heart pulling you? In what direction? And so for those of you who are still stuck in your head, still trying to make decisions with your ego, this is, again, with this Chiron retrograde in Aries, this is breaking down our ego. This is breaking down what we believe to be our self-identification. We're moving out of that. And so this is not a time to lead with your head like Aries, because Aries rules the head. This is a time to lead with your heart. Cancer is the home, and the home lives in the heart. And so we have to ask ourselves, what does our home base look like in 2020? And the decisions that you make now are leading you to that home base, are leading you down that road of what is this going to look like moving forward. And it's interesting that even the next card in the deck is Cancer. And so this is about what is emotionally fulfilling to you. What is actually nurturing you? What is actually home? Where is your heart directing you? And especially moving into 2020 with this eclipse season, with Uranus stationing direct, with this big Pluto-Saturn conjunction, and even moving into the spring with the nodes changing their axis to Gemini and Sag. This is inviting you to find that stability in your life, to find that home base, to find that balance, to find what truly nurtures you, to find where that true emotional connection is. Because once we move into that space of Gemini Sag, this is going to be about new experiences, new opportunities, learning. And so, if you have not already worked on your life and set that home base, set that home space, that true nourishing emotional connection to the heart, these doorways, these opportunities that are waiting for you are not going to open, because there will still be work that needs to be done. And this process gets more and more difficult as we move into Capricorn season, as Capricorn is starting to cement and solidify things into place. Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. It is the most solid sign in the zodiac. And so all these decisions now are defining what Capricorn season going into 2020 looks like for you. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. This is focused passion and emotion. Where are you focusing on in your life? What is actually emotionally fulfilling you, actually nurturing you? And that is the question, because with this Scorpio energy, we tend to emotionally attach to things. But is that thing that you're attaching to actually serving you, or is it not? And so if you're looking to just get a quick hit of pleasure from doing this one thing or that other thing, versus getting the full emotional nourishment, the full emotional fulfillment that you are really looking for, this is an area where you are definitely stuck and need to make some changes in your life. Because going back to that old circumstance that gave you this short hit of pleasure versus a true fulfillment, that is the issue. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you are new to this channel and you have not subscribed yet, subscribe for new videos. And I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the next video.